In the last couple of weeks, I only saw red. First, I lost $2,000. Then, last week, a devastating $3,000 loss. But this week, after all those losses, I finally saw some green. I'm talking about $2,000 made with just a trade on one of my two 100k FTMO funded accounts. That trade happened on Tuesday, but watch the whole video as I show you all the decisions I took, especially on Thursday, as I made a choice that is worth a lot more money than that. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is my FTMO dashboard, and there is a new entry from last week because I just bought a new challenge, another 100k account, swing account, which is the first one right up here. And then I have the usual suspects, so the swing account and the intraday account. As you can see, I am at minus 6.5. I just lost a trade this week, but you will see in the next trade recap, and I am up 2k, almost 2k from last week. Right now I'm going to TradingView and I'll show you all the price action from last week and all the things that I did. Okay, so starting off with Dixie, as you can see, this is the Monday daily candle, and we opened with a huge gap on forex, but the drawn liquidity, which is this swing low, was still to be reached. So once the market opened on Monday, right here, I thought that maybe Monday would have been a consolidation day, at least in forex. And as you can see, this is what ended up happening, because it consolidated between London Open and New York Open, and then going into Asian session, continued to just consolidating and doing fuck all. And the same goes for gold, but there is a difference because gold consolidated and there weren't any opportunities actually. But as you can see on silver, we had some movement on Monday, and this was a trade that I didn't open because I wasn't sure due to all the price action. I mean, if gold was consolidating and forex was consolidating, I didn't expect silver to actually move like this. But the reason for this trade that I didn't open at the end was this little fair value gap. Because you see on the 1 hour, if we mark out this fair value gap, it touched it right here, and then right at market open during New York, it retested it. And on the 15 minute, you can see how the trade would have performed, which would have been actually a really good trade, 6R. But the thing is, I wasn't too sure about it, so I ended up not opening it, and I preferred to wait. And I waited until Tuesday, because the next day, as you can see, Dixie didn't really enter this huge fair value gap, suspension block, how you want to call it, and neither did Euro USD, but USDCAD, guys. Oh boy, oh boy. As you can see, this fair value gap was really clean. I know my chart doesn't look so clean because there are all these fair value gaps right here, but they are from higher time frames, as you can see. But this is where I want you to focus, because this fair value gap was touched on Tuesday, and on the 4 hour, you can see the trade that I opened. So during the Asian session, price went higher, retraced into this 4 hour fair value gap inside the daily fair value gap, and immediately rejected the level, creating a little engulfing candle. So what I did was entering at the end of the candle after I waited a couple minutes and I managed to get a better entry, but the result is the same. So my idea was to aim for that sell side liquidity that Dixie left out, and for USDCAD was this level. So USDCAD was closer to the drawn liquidity, but I didn't care because I knew that Dixie would command over CAD. So yeah, that was my initial target, and pretty much is where I closed the trade, because I managed to profit $2,200 pretty much. And guys, I knew that this trade could have made a lot more. As you can see, it ended up making 7.6R. But the thing was that on Wednesday there was FOMC and I didn't know how price action would have reacted. So I preferred to took like 2R, a little 2R, 2K in my bag. Not too bad, jokes aside. I knew this level was easily reachable, but I didn't want to risk it. And my idea was that if Dixie didn't retrace into this fair value gap, maybe he could have done it the next day with FOMC. Of course, it didn't, but at the time, when you have in front of live price action, you cannot know it. So you have to deal with the information you have at the moment. And then finally, Wednesday, the day of FOMC. So as you can see, price didn't really move much. This is the daily candle on Dixie, and this is the 1 hour price action. as you can see, there is nothing much to say, honestly. When FOMC is due, usually price can tend to not move until news is released. So I prefer not to open any trade. And honestly, guys, even if gold ended up moving, as you can see, price consolidated throughout the day and started moving right after FOMC during the Asian session, Asia markets, whatever. So during my usual sessions, there was any movement. Even silver didn't move much. So actually on Wednesday, there was nothing to do. Finally, Thursday, because as I said in my intro, this was a very important day because forex didn't move. As you can see, again, price took this level on Tuesday and then started consolidating for 2 days. But gold made the top together with silver. And guys, I didn't short because it's hard to short metals right now, but I anticipated the drop. And now I'm gonna show you how I anticipated. So to start, I wanna say that both gold and silver were moving really fast. So I kinda expected some kind of retracement at some point, and FOMC was already past, so I thought that maybe going into the end of the week there could have been some down move. And then I noticed this, okay? You see a high and a lower high, while on silver you see an high and then an higher high. So there was an SMT divergence, okay? The thing is, after making the top, an immediate drop followed. So at that point, I knew that going to Friday, there could have been some sort of down move. And this is exactly why I didn't consider this fair value gap on the 4-hour on gold to open long trades. Because following my strategy, if I was to trade it mechanically, I should have entered like here, placing the stop loss right here, and it would have been stopped out. But not only that, I would have re-entered right here. Stop loss there, and bang, stopped out. Okay, so the thing is, you have to always analyze higher time frames to understand if you expect continuation, as I showed you on the daily time frame, or if there could be a retracement, as we all saw it happened. So actually, I'm pretty happy that even if I didn't profit from the down move, I managed to avoid some losses. And it wasn't that I was afraid too long because we are at all-time highs, so blah, 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 blah. I'm longing gold and silver since 2500. So it's not really a problem of longing at all-time highs. Problem is that you cannot always go long, and sometimes you have to wait for a retracement to continue to go long when price is at all-time highs. And finally, we get to Friday, where price didn't really give me any setup following my strategy, so I stayed out of the market on gold. And I will be honest, there was this trade that I could have opened. The thing is, I don't like when there is this kind of fair value gaps with the third candle being so close to the beginning of it. So even if the setup ended up being clean, I didn't want to take it. Even though, as you can see, it would have paid 15R. I don't know if you feel me, but it's okay. You can get every single setup the market presents, and it's not over because on Dixie you can see that Friday was a really huge day with a lot of movement. But again, I decided to stay out of the market because all of the forex pairs took their target on the daily time frame, and price was really overextended, and I wasn't sure about whether price wanted to just retrace or maybe continue higher, and I decided to stay out. But of course, in hindsight, you can see how price took the high of the London Open inside of this fair value gap on the hourly, and then on the 15-minute time frame you can see this beautiful setup that would have paid about 5R, and the same exact setup formed also on other pairs such as Euro USD. As I said, you can take every single trade the market offers you, and that's okay. I think it's more important to trade when you are confident about market direction, as I told you for the trades on gold. So there in forex on Friday, I wasn't sure about the higher time frame direction. I didn't know if price actually wanted to go lower, as it ended up doing. That is why I stayed out of the market on Friday. But honestly, guys, I'm happy because it ended up being a profitable week. I made $2,000 on USDCAD, so I'm pretty happy. I followed my plan, I followed my strategy, and I made a profit that could have been way higher, but I don't care. Consistency over time will always pay. So guys, that was it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.